folding laundry. That's exciting. I know.
I also did that this evening.
Give me a moment while I pull up my
I
Google
imagine
Drive.
I imagine you fold laundry to the Conan the Barbarian soundtrack.
I mean, I'm putting it on now. Thank you for that. I needed some music.
I mean, it's pretty good fight music.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to cut it short because we won't even last the length of the song.
So I've just put in the chat the map I made to remind me where everyone was, because we were halfway through the fight. It's not looking good, you guys.
Are you putting it at the Facebook chat?
Yeah, it's in the Facebook chat.
Okay, thank you. I can't.
That's about right.
See the other one.
Yeah, like I showed you it all at the end of the session, so
Yes.
we all agreed on it.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah. Sorry, actually, quickly, I'm not ready. Is C slightly cutting out for anyone else? Like every so often?
No.
Oh, let me switch my...
Because you're occasionally just like every couple
shit.
words, you're like... The roboting.
Let me switch to the other one.
Like that.
Yeah,
There was roboting there.
Okay.
Definite.
That's probably her switching the internet, but...
Yeah. Is that better?
Not hearing roboids. But it wasn't like all the time, so...
Okay, well, an improvement is still an improvement.
Yeah. Go for it.
Right. So, session 31, the things in the mist. The virtues press on late into the next day. They come across an oasis in the shadow of a stone mesa. They meet the denizens there, a flighty druid named Abrea and a sylph named Anim. The pair are very friendly and warn the travelers about lions to the south. This pride shouldn't be so far south, and there is something wrong with them. They seemed sick and mangy, and when they bit Abrea, their mouths split, and she saw something strange inside their mouths. Brian uses Detect Thoughts to revisit Abrea's memories, and after using Minor Illusion to show the others, Makud recognizes the thing in the mouth as a parasite that sometimes grows inside an infected creature and takes over their dead bodies. Abrea warns them that there are 6 in this pride, and they were all acting strangely. The druid offers the virtues respite from the hottest hours of the desert heat, during which Declan and Makud go swimming in the oasis and meet Anim, her partner. Declan gets a sample of the man's blood, and Makud beats Declan in a swimming contest. And another entry into the book, D is for desert. It makes Ashar what Ashar is. Meanwhile, Abrashmina and Bryn have another conversation about slavery in Ashar, the northern bard feeling uncomfortable and thinking that perhaps she and Declan were imposing their views on Abrashmina and Makud. Abrashmina assures her that it is something that needs to be done, but admits she is not sure if they are necessarily the ones to do it. Abrashmina uses the peaceful and serene environment as an opportunity to commune with He Who Watches for answers. She gets the sense that Kabin/Riga could be a potential ally, though whether or not she would be a worthy one is still a question. Abrashmina feels that they will find a path in the south in regards to the Spurned, and that one of the Veil's artifacts could still be retrieved. Before leaving, they give Abrea one of the magic mushrooms that Declan had purchased at Ashar a few months ago, and the druid is thrilled, and the virtues depart, having made some new friends. Fortunately, that night they encounter the lions that Abrea warned them of, and despite being forewarned, the creatures prove to be formidable. Bryn retreats into the safety of their magic hut, severely wounded after being savaged by 3 of them. Abrashmina abandoned the sanctuary to save Makud from being tangled up by the creature's tentacles, while Declan has managed to use his sword of haunting to put fear into the lions. 3 of them have turned against him. And that is where we left off.
Very nice. Thank you, C.
I'm taking that inspiration for reals, though.
Yeah, do that. So Declan is also currently grappled by one of them.
By just one, right?
Yeah, just one.
Okay.
And so
also, I'll just mention the one that is between Mac and Mina is at disadvantage to hit Mina
Yes.
and also didn't manage to grapple her.
Yes.
Thanks
There should
to
be
Baku.
several. There should be several of them that are at disadvantage at the moment.
Oh, because of the
'Cause
fear, yes, but
Fear
Yeah.
effect.
That one's got double disadvantage.
yeah.
Which
If
is
only.
defo a thing. So we basically finished a round of initiative last time. So it is Bryn's turn. If you want another quick description of these things, just to get you in the mood, you'd seen their jaws split open 6 different ways, folding back to reveal something vile inside its maw. The head pushed its way out, covered in blood and bile, and a second mouth opens in this otherwise featureless ball of fleshy meat, letting out a shrill shriek and several tentacles. And, yeah, Bryn. You're inside the tiny hut, feeling pretty rough.
Right. I think I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself at 3rd level.
Very well.
And then maybe kind of poke my head out and viciously mock those fleabag creatures for wisdom save.
Sure. Do you have anyone in particular? There's 2 on the far side of Makud, and one.
The one that's grappling me would be a big help.
Yeah, the
Oh
one.
yeah, that
grappling.
one. He's not even really like, I don't even know how he's like holding him down or anything like that. He's just a mangy little beast. So yeah, a wisdom save, DC 16, please.
DC 16. That's gonna be an 18, I'm afraid.
All right, well they pass, and then I will roll my Healing Word. For 13 healing.
13
On myself.
healings.
Yep.
All right, and then it's Mina's turn. So there's one right in front of you that tried to grapple you but failed, and then there's Makud and 2 more in front of you, or behind that one in front of you.
Did I have any concentration spells up?
You have spiritual weapon, which I don't know if it's
Nope,
concentration.
That's
or
not concentration.
Then I'm gonna say a solid no.
I did protection from evil and good on Maku, didn't I?
You did.
It did
Okay.
freedom of movement as
That
well.
is not concentration, though.
Yep, I
either,
know.
so- Okay. I was just making sure. So I still have protection from evil and good up on Makud, and he is freedom of movement.
Mhm.
So Abrashmina is going to flare out the wings for how to action,
All right.
and going to fly up, hopefully out of the creature's reach.
Sure. Are you taking the disengage action then?
No, I'm doing my wings for my action,
Oh, so it does get an attack.
but
opportunity.
it has disadvantage because of Makud. So
Yeah, well, that's a natural 4 on that one. So yeah, 11.
okay, Abrashmina gets away.
Yeah.
I can't remember where Ramiel was, spiritual weapon wise, because he's not on the map.
He was fighting alongside you.
Was he?
Yeah, like I think he
Alright.
started a little ways away because you kind of cast him further out, but he slowly kind of come in.
Okay, I'm going to swing with him for, or he is going to swing out for a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
All right, I need a D8. I didn't get my dice out. That for what is sorry, 8 plus 9 damage for her having her wings out, so that is 17 points of damage.
17, yeah. 17.
Which one was that on? The one that tried to bite you, or another?
Yes, because Rob said that he was
Okay, near you. Cool.
near me. Yeah.
Okay. Makood, you're up. It's 2 in front of you, 1 behind you.
We've had how many rounds of this? 2?
I think this is the 3rd, yeah.
Yeah, and they've just wailed on people. Bryn is almost dead, and
Yep.
Declan's in trouble.
I'm down about a third of my hit points.
Okay. Yeah, but you're surrounded by...
Yeah.
I know they're afraid and things, but... Makood is just going to roar, surrounded by them, and with hammer in one hand, just wrench both of his arms up. You know, that kind of classic necromancer type thing, and there is going to be a huge sandy figure pulled up behind the 2 dogs in front of him.
Awesome.
So we'll use Conjure, Earth Elemental,
Woo!
and then go look for the stats.
Rob, there was 9 of that damage was radiant. If that makes a difference.
Okay, thanks. It doesn't make a difference to these guys, unfortunately.
Okay. Cool.
Don't think I have anything to do with bonus action. Toot.
Bonus action rage again.
Rage again.
Double rage.
Double
Twice the
rage.
rage. Makes you twice as good.
Exactly. Twice the barbarian. So we were playing the Earth Elemental as directly after me.
Yeah.
Do you want me to? So he is going to... Which of the dogs looks worse, if any, either?
The worst one is the one behind you, closely followed by the 2 in front of you.
Okay.
Declan's ones
He
are
could
looking...
always... He has like 10-foot reach. Maybe he could slam that one. I don't know.
The one behind you?
Possibly. Just
Okay.
reach over me and punch that one into the ground.
Yeah.
Both of his attacks. Slam. 24 and 17.
Right hit. Oh, excuse me.
Not a problem. The first one of those is 10 damage. The next one of those is 17 damage.
Oh boy.
Both bludgeoning. If they happen to be an object or a structure, they would take double damage.
Oh, damn it. No. Although the one behind you is now looking very rough. It's like not putting one leg down. And it's kind of stumbling and limping. But it's their go. So there's 2 of them that aren't afraid of you. One is one of the ones in front of Makood, and one of them is one of the ones by Declan. Just for clarity.
Does anyone remember if I used my shield ability
No.
already?
No.
I have not? Okay.
So-
I think you did in the last round because you remember
yeah.
reading it because you dodged like
Okay.
almost all of the attacks from all 3 of
Oh,
those
that's
dogs by
right.
shielding.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I
Sorry.
didn't... That's okay.
They also all have pack tactics. So we'll do the ones on Declan first. So the guy who isn't afraid rolls a 19 to hit you,
Hits.
and that's his bite. So that is going to be 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to make his 2 tentacle attacks. Oh, that's a terrible roll. 13
Miss.
and 19 again.
Hits.
For another 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Then the second one is going to go. His is just a straight roll because he's afraid. For a dirty 20 on his bite.
Hits.
That's going to be 6 points of damage. And then for his tentacles. Sorry. On the first one as well, you are now grappled by him as well. Oh no, he was the one who already had you grappled. So you're still grappled by him essentially.
Okay. And the ones that are attacking me now have disadvantage?
They do, but they also have advantage because of pack
From
tactics,
pack
so it's
tactics,
just a straight
right.
roll.
Gotcha. Okay.
So 24 to hit on the first tentacle of that
Hits.
dude. So that is going to be 6 damage, and you're grappled by him as well. And a 15 or a 16 on the last one.
Miss.
Tentacle? Miss. Did you say miss? Sorry.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Okay. And then the last one, the last guy, 17 on the bite.
That is my armor class.
Beautiful. For 11 piercing. Oh,
Jesus, Rob.
sorry, mate.
Stop it, Rob.
A 26 on the first tentacle.
Yeah, that's a hit.
You're grappled by the third one. That's 9 points of damage.
Does that mean I need to make 3 grapple checks
Yeah,
to escape all 3? Okay.
yeah. And a 13 on the last tentacle.
What was the last amount of damage you just did me?
9.
Okay.
And a 13 on the
And
last tentacle.
Last one misses.
Okay.
Here's a question for you. If I teleport, does that break the grapple?
I will say sure.
I believe it does.
Yeah. Makood. Now 3 on you.
Great.
Are these all afraid?
2
them
are, 1 isn't. So we'll do the one that isn't first. That's going to be a 14 on the bite.
That doesn't hit.
It's going to be a 17 on the first
Oh,
tentacle.
they need to
Oh,
make.
they have
wisdom-
disadvantage.
They have disadvantage. All have disadvantage because even the one that's not afraid because of protection from evil and good.
Oh,
And then also
okay.
pack tactics.
Oh, so it's all
Pack
straight
tactics
rolls.
evens it out,
Yeah, those ones
Well,
were
if they have
advantage.
if they have disadvantage twice and advantage once, they would have disadvantage.
No,
That's
If
not
they-
how
no,
the fifth edition works. You
yeah,
shouldn't have
No?
any element
No.
of either. You can have 17 on one side and 1 on the other, and it still evens out.
yeah.
Huh, okay.
Unfortunately, the next one misses as well. The
Okay.
17 misses.
And this last one, that's a 22
That one hits.
for 10 points of damage. That one would grapple you,
Right.
but you can't be grappled by freedom of movement. Is that correct?
Yes.
No, he can still be grappled, but he has to spend 5 feet of movement every round to break free of all grapples. So
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
So you're grappled.
It's grappled. Okay.
until your turn, and you can just slip out of it.
The second
So-
one, 15 on the bite.
Misses.
Miss.
Yeah.
13 on the
18.
tentacle. 9. So that guy misses all his attacks. And the last one, 16 misses. 25 on the second tentacle. So that's 9 points of damage, and you're grappled by a second one. And 22 on the last one for 5 points of damage.
5 down to 2. 47.
So you're grappled by 2.
Yep. Okay.
And Declan.
So with my action, I'm in a dimension door. So a sort of shimmering plane. I imagine we just sort of like, I don't know. I don't want to damage your creatures unjustly, but like like sort of sever the things that are grappling me and you can
Yeah.
step through. And I'm gonna teleport. What is my range?
500 feet in a direction you choose.
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you go
No, I
into the
want-
bubble? Oh, no, you can't go into the bubble with teleport magic.
You could
can
teleport like a
Next
foot
to the other
above the
side.
bubble.
Walk
Oh,
in it,
I think,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
to
I,
the other
I think
side.
I think I can if I'm allowed inside the bubble, right?
Nah,
You
you
can
can't.
basically you can teleport to the far side of it and then use a foot of movement to get into it because
Or
you
could,
don't have to be able to see with dimension door. You can just say I want to be 125 feet
Sure.
that way, and you go right exactly there.
Or you
Um,
could teleport above it and then land in it and not
Fall
use any
into it.
movement.
Yeah. Because you're allowed in it, you just magic can't pass through it.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, I'll dimension door just outside the thing, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to quaff a greater healing potion.
Sure.
And that's 44.
Is it not 8? Or is that the one big
Did you
one?
say greater?
Greater, yeah.
I will have it in one.
This is
second.
why God created DM screens, I suppose.
Oh, crap. My Google things have changed.
Pretty sure it's 44. I think a superior is 8d, is 8d4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm start rolling d4s.
greater is 44.
That's what I wanted, yeah. Usually my top Google result is the potions because I've looked it up so much and I just go straight there, but it Brought up Terraria for some reason.
So I regain 16. I was at 5 HP.
Oh, see, I was gonna freedom. I was gonna freedom of movement you next, but
That's okay. And then I'll step inside the dome. And that's my turn.
Very nice.
nobody wants to let me heal them up to with full. They have to go unconscious first.
Bryn,
Yes.
it's your turn.
I like spells sometimes.
Oh, I'm sorry. A really quick question.
Yep.
Is there any stone nearby?
Roll me a d20.
17.
Okay, yeah. There's like a big sort of chunk of boulder and rubble just next to the tiny hut.
Okay.
So I'm gonna poke my head out and basically the whichever one's looking the roughest.
That'd be the one right in front of you.
And I'm going to open his mind to the dreaming dark. I need a wisdom save.
That's a 5.
That's a fail. As he is fails his wisdom save on dissonant whispers.
Is that one near Makud?
Yep.
Yes.
Sweet.
So that's 12 points of damage.
Okay. So you watch as this thing, the lion body, just crumples and sloughs apart from the spine, and it falls down, and the skin falls like a fleshy curtain to reveal this long snake-like thing with 4 tentacle appendages that seem to have kind of been pushed into the arms as though it was puppeting this lion, and it just falls and begins like wiggling, and you can see the sand sticking to the moist and bloody surface of this creature as it expires in the sun.
Oh, so it is dead then?
Mm-hmm.
Night. I mean,
Here it's nighttime.
In
And I
the
will
sun-kissed sand.
there we go.
And I will
Just
say,
sounds
if we
finished.
all get in here, I will burn these fuckers to the ground. Meaning into the bubble.
Mina.
It is Mina's go.
Tis.
Okay. Well, the protection from evil and good is not doing a whole lot. That is not Ambrish Mina's accent. Let's see. She is going to get her bonus action out of the way by having Ramiel attack with a 25 to hit.
Damn, hits. Which one is this? One on Makud or one that was attacking Declan?
The one that looks the next worst.
Okay. That's
Or wait,
one.
no, wherever Ramiel was. So if
Yeah,
Ramiel.
Yeah,
That
the
one's
closest
dead?
one would be the one that he killed, or that Jade killed. So
Okay,
the
so
next
no-
closest would be the one by
Yeah.
Makud.
That is going to be maximum damage for 13 force damage, 9 radiant, 22 all up.
Okay.
And with her action, she is going to. How far up in the air did she get?
What's her fly
For-
speed?
30.
Then 30 feet? Or
Well,
anything less than that? Up to you.
When did she get out of its range? Was it like 10 feet away, 15 feet away,
Yeah, 10 feet.
20, 10 feet? All right, then she is going to. I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Dope.
Yep. So that will be when the creature enters the area for the first time or says its turn there. All of the creatures within 15 feet of her needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so that's the 2 on Makud.
Okay.
The highest one there is an 11.
Okay, I rolled garbage on that damage. 8 points of radiant damage. As Abarashmina, like, flares all supernova. And, like, her already glowing wings go a little bit more like Aurora Borealis. Or whatever, and they take...
On Captain
Radiant-
Marvel.
Yeah, she goes all... as she starts to, like, the light begins to burn them rather than just illuminate the area.
Dope.
And that is her go.
Makud. 5 of these things are closing in on you now.
I'm just going to remind Mina that you're low enough to get hit by a fireball, possibly, if you don't pull up.
Yeah, but she's not going to leave until you get out of the way.
Okay, but my go is now.
Yeah,
You're still going to be flying there, but okay.
I
'Cause
know, but she wasn't going to abandon you to 5, so...
Uh,
I mean, you could fly 20 feet up and still not abandon him.
Yeah.
that was my thought, because I was going to
I
use
mean,
my
Bryn
thing
can
as
just
well.
hold
I
her go
wanted to get-
till after Mina's.
Yeah, it's not a thing. She's just not leaving the area until Makud is safe, because she doesn't know that Makud heard her. You know? Makud gets
Okay.
that's ragey.
Makud, let's have you go.
Sure. I'm going to, with them like gripping onto both of his wrists, I imagine, or something. He is going to smile at both of them and then plunge both of his fists while still holding the hammer into the sand, and then things are going to start to bubble. And he's going to blood of Igmuti, lava magma stream, the lot of them, because it's a 20-foot radius, 60-foot range thing.
So you see these just great pillars of magma that fly up and then spread out like flowers and fall back down. And where the lava smashes into the sand, you just see this like shimmering bright light as like the area around Makud just flashes and bits of sand turn to glass.
It's a DC 15
Dex, is it?
dex check, yeah.
Okay.
Although, hang on. It says it scales on proficiency in con. Have we gone up since I've done that? That's to 15? No, I think we are correct. I think it is for DC 15.
Okay. And so you're going to get all of them in this. So that's a 12. That's a 25. That's an 11. That's 12. And that's a 10. So all fail but 1.
And now the damage. 13, 20, 26. 33. 41. I think.
41?
I might have missed a pair of dice there, but I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that's 41 fire damage. I was. I think you said it didn't hurt me. Or something.
No, it doesn't.
I might. Well, have I managed to position it in a way that it doesn't hit the elemental as well, or do you want me to roll for the elemental? It
No,
really
he's
doesn't
fine.
matter. It has a fuck ton of health. So
Yeah, he'll be alright.
okay.
So, you see another one of these creatures, one of the ones that was right in front of you, just take the full brunt of one of these lava spikes, and it expires in a similar way to the other one. You see the other one that was next to you also takes a big brunt, and isn't quite dead, but is like half of its body is burned away. You can see just these flailing tentacles sticking out where the back legs were. And then 2 of the ones on who were fighting Declan originally have taken the damage as well. One of them is looking pretty rough as well. One of the ones that was fighting Declan though is as of yet, unhurt. Is that your go?
Makuda's gonna look at the last one on him, and using the sort of freedom of movement, he's just gonna shake the beast off him, and then like take a couple of steps to the side and like turn to Bryn, and then like in a sort of a gladiatorial showmanship thing, sort of just beckon with his arm for, and now your go. And was the last one near me nearly dead?
Yes.
Um, the the earth elemental does the same beckoning gesture, but then it quickly punches it. That's 2 hits. For 9 damage, and oh man, I rolled low. I think I rolled 9 on both of those, but it's 18 damage total.
Yeah, you see the elemental just bring its hands up, put them together, and just smash down, and the head of this thing just explodes, and it dies also. There's 3 left, and they're gonna have their go.
Oh god. I did. Now they're going to be on top of me again. Crap.
Yeah.
Makuda's not smart. He was like, "There, you could shoot them." Ah!
Yeah.
As they get into range of Makud's to attack Makud, they will need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, they will. That's an 11, a 7, and a 17.
The 17 just passes. The ones that let's see. Speed is halved as they enter, so I don't know if they'll be able to reach Makud, even if they succeed the save. The ones that fail are going to take 7, and the
Okay.
one that succeed is going to take 3 radiant damage from Mina's light. So up to you if they can still reach Makud.
Yeah, they can.
Okay.
How much damage was that? Sorry.
7 or 3.
Okay.
So, Makud. There's a world of hurt coming.
Make a drawing.
One of them.
Straight rolls on all.
Yeah, straight rolls. That's a natural 1 on the first bite, a 24 on the second, on the first tentacle, and a 25 on the second tentacle. So that's 2 tentacle hits. So that's 11 damage on the first tentacle, and 10 damage on the second tentacle.
Okay, another 5 damage.
Oh, wait.
Twice.
No, I'm sorry. They do protection of evil and good dropped for spirit guardians. I'm dumb. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Oh, well, we'll let that stand.
Sorry.
It's fine.
I'm an idiot.
To be fair, 2 of them still are afraid, so it's straight rolls for them anyway.
I just those.
They wouldn't
can't
be
move
able
any
to.
closer to the source of their fear, so they couldn't have come over.
But Declan's the source of their
Well-
fear.
But
Yeah, he's in the bubble.
Yeah, Declan is behind you. They just move parallel.
Okay. Fair enough. Hit me.
Yeah. So that's a miss. That's a miss. And that's a crit.
No, it isn't.
Okay. It's max damage though. For 12 on that tentacle. So 2 of them are
Okay.
grappling you again, not that it particularly matters. And that's a miss. Oh, that like stood on 3 for the longest time and then dropped to 17, so that's a hit. With a 24, and that's a 7. So 1 more tentacle hit for 6. And you're grappled by all 3. Declan.
So there's 3 on Makud, and they're all grappling him.
Correct.
All right. I think I'm just going to try to take some of them off him. I'll pop out and take a crossbow shot at whatever one looks the weakest.
Yeah, there's definitely one that looks considerably more in pain than the others.
Okay. Can I? Is there anything for me to hide behind if I use the dome? As
Yeah,
a
I'll
cover?
say with
Can I
you
get
in the dome and with Makud up close.
Okay. So I'll do a quick stealth check. And roll a.
You already have sneak attack though.
Yeah, because Makud's up
I want
close.
advantage.
Oh, I see. I see.
I would really rather not miss. That is a 20.
Well, they rolled dick and balls for their perception, so you're fine.
Woo! Dick and balls, dick and balls.
Is that a 1 and a 2?
Well, I figured it's only
I get
one
it.
of them that needs to make the check, considering he's only trying to sneak attack one of them.
21 to hit.
Yeah, hits.
Yay.
I don't
Okay.
think Rob got the joke, Jay.
I got it.
It's hard to tell when you're trying to be funny sometimes.
That's 25 points of damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, arrow just sinks into the maw of this thing as it lets out a screech, and you watch it kind of stumble backwards and like fall into a sitting position and then lie down, and its skin just peels away to reveal this flapping thing that dies in the sand.
I want that flapping thing.
Ew.
Very
I'm
well.
done.
Bryn.
I'm gonna stay
sorry.
outside so that I'm still, I'll back away, like so I'm outside their range of movement,
Okay.
but or what I've seen so far, but so they can still see me, so the fear effect is still on them.
Sure.
Can I just apologize, Jade? I really wanted you to fireball them, but that was complete head trauma, just not realizing when they were actually going to go. I wanted to wombo combo them with you.
Oh.
All right, so I guess Bryn's just gonna pop her head out and.
I mean, if you roll below 33 damage, I'll still be alive. So
I mean,
Just
she
bomb
can't
them.
recharge the necklace in the desert, so maybe she should hang on to it if she can.
So yeah, Bryn's gonna poke her head out and be like, "It's fine, guys. You know, I didn't have a plan or anything. You know, we can all just like hang outside and I'm gonna vicious mockery one of them that's looking pretty bad. So that's
Okay.
sounds like you're
So-
viciously mocking us.
Neither of them are looking too bad.
okay. I'll just
Though one is considerably worse than the other.
yes, one that is looking a little worse than the other. I don't really care which one it is.
Okay, I'll roll a wisdom save.
I do need a wisdom save.
That's gonna be a 2.
That's a fail. For 7 points of damage.
Hey, it's still a wombo bambo combo because now Makud's gonna get
It's fine, guys. I didn't have a
an
plan or anything.
attack of opportunity.
This wasn't going to be amazing.
So does it try and run away? Is that this one?
Yep.
Okay, it
That's what
tries to run
happens.
away.
Smash it.
Makud, get it.
No, it was just vicious mockery.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was Dissonant Whispers. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
But it does have disadvantage on its next attack roll.
I'm an idiot.
Is it ability checks?
No, attack roll.
It's
Oh,
attack
okay.
roll.
I'm thinking of hex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that your turn, Bryn?
Yes, it's my turn.
Okay.
No one will let me fire it ball anything.
Good.
I mean, you want to hang on to those charges,
Mina.
my dude. It's my turn.
You're not the boss of me.
They've already taken their spirit guardian damage, so I can't do that again. Ramiel is going to swing his sword. 15.
Hit.
Ooh, max damage again. 13 force, 9 radiant.
Which one are you attacking here?
Whichever one's closest
'Kay.
to Ramiel.
And what was the damage?
22.
22.
All up.
Okay. That guy's
It's
still looking
still-
fine.
He's still looking fine.
Yeah.
Well, fuck him. He's gonna get. He needs to give me a wisdom saving throw as Abrashmina claps her hands and does Toll the Dead.
13.
Oh, that is a fail, my friend. So he's going to take 11 points of necrotic damage.
Still looks fine.
Well, fuck him.
McCood.
Okay.
So McCood like stuck out his hand in the beckoning gesture, and then these things just jumped all over him.
Yeah. They did as he asked.
He is going to. He hasn't attacked in a while. With the hammer, he's going to. I'm gonna like with his hand out. One of them has basically like leapt onto him, and he's going to attempt to basically grab it and just smash the end of the hammer into its face.
Love it. Just roll a crit. Do it right now.
I didn't, unfortunately. Your cajoling didn't help.
I mean, it already has. They already have, like, advantage, disadvantage. Why don't you reckless?
I suppose that makes no difference mechanically, but yeah. Or no negative difference anyway. That did not make a crit.
I love I love the idea that McCood did the first one and then was like, oh, I guess it could be reckless.
It's a non-natural 20 for one of them and 16 for the other.
Both hit.
More.
More.
Oh, that was max damage on both of those dice. Oh, almost. 3 6s. 12, 18, 23, 24, 27 damage on one hit.
No.
Damn, dude.
I think. And then, does he still look fine?
He doesn't look fine, but he ain't dead.
And then, big Mooty. 9, 10, 15, 18. So like 24 and 18 damage.
After your first attack, he was on 82 hit points out of 100. Which means he had 18 hit points left.
Yes, he did.
So you said you like grab him and just thrust the hammer like
basically
into his
potato
face.
mashing like the front of it
and
on
like
his neck.
the mini face inside its head is just like squelched and exploded, and it like falls from your grip as you're holding it kind of by the scruff of its neck, and the skin just like peels away, so you're left with like a rotten piece of lion skin in your hand that you throw to the side.
That is his go. The giant thing behind him is going to do similar. 15 and a 23.
Both hit.
Right.
These things have 100 hit points apiece?
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
16 damage and 13 damage.
Okay. He is looking bloody.
Fair enough.
But he is going to launch into a final round of attacks. Natural 2. 23. And a 19.
Are these all on me?
Yeah.
So is that 2 hits?
2 hits, I believe.
I didn't really hear the numbers. Okay.
23 and a 19. Both hit, correct?
Yeah.
So that's 12 on the first one and 12 on the second one.
Oh, Jesus.
Max damage both times. Damn. And you're grappled.
Yeah, he's already grappled.
But that's their go, so Declan.
There's 2 left?
1 left.
1 left. Oh, okay. Well, that makes it easy. Bonus action to hide again.
Sure.
That's a 30.
Yeah, you just about do it.
Then an attack with advantage. Come on, Schwartz. Let me see. That's a 23 to hit.
Hits.
Sweet. Rolling dog shit here. That's pretty good. 26 points of damage.
Very nice.
Nope, sorry, 28.
Very nice.
I think I need to take sharpshooter.
Alright, he's still up, but looking very much on the brink of death. Bryn.
Mock him to death.
I will mock him to death. I need a wisdom save.
5.
Hooray!
Shit.
4 points of damage.
He is still alive. Doing well.
Oh wait, he was supposed to make a
Yeah,
wisdom
I just
save
realised that as well.
start of his turn.
We just realised that as well.
Jade might actually kill him.
That is a 1 total.
That is a 6, a 7, and a 4 for 17 points of radiant damage.
Jade kills him.
Ooh.
So as this last of these horrible lions dies, you just see this kind of arc around the dome of viscera and blood and little wiggling, dying tentacles.
Going to burn them with my radiant soul. if
Oh,
he's
now
still
you want to
alive.
burn him.
Sure.
Jade, you would feel real bad later if there was a perfect opportunity for a fireball and you didn't have any charges.
I wouldn't know what a perfect opportunity for a fireball looks like.
like a-
I mean, obviously, neither do we.
Corridor full of zombies probably isn't good.
Declan, quickly, skit us through the sand and snatch one before it gets burned.
That's exactly what he's trying to do. Hold on. Please don't incinerate all of them. Just gonna walk over to whatever one was most recently wriggling, and see if he can whatever part that was. You said it was there was some kind of wriggly thing attached to like the spinal cord.
Yeah, so imagine the parasite looks kind of like Patrick from SpongeBob, or it's this sort of star-shaped thing with like one leg for each, one tentacle for each appendage, and a head. Make a constitution.
No, come on.
It swims into your mouth. No, you can grab hold of one.
Okay, yeah. And I'm going to, once I'm sure that it's safe to handle, I'll probably spend the rest of the evening examining it.
For sure.
Bring it inside the dome, completely unaware of how gross that is and how much nobody probably wants to see that.
And then we're going to play out the thing, but in a very small dome. Which one of us is breathing?
Speaking of the thing, when the last one is dead, you hear this sort of mournful, wailing, unearthly roar echo across the sand dunes, coming from the direction that these things approached you from. And it is almost like a loud bugle call that kind of shakes you slightly. It's a very strange and unnerving sound.
Does it sound close or does it sound?
It's
Yeah, can
hard
we
to
get a sense
tell
of how
because
far
it's
away?
very loud. Make me a quick survival check, we'll say. Anyone who wants to.
Oh, goody, I can do survival. Oh, goody, the dice have fucking failed me.
17.
Natural 20? I'm going to assume that's Ramiel just telling her
Yeah.
how far away it is because there's no reason Abrashmina would know.
I got a 19.
Yeah, actually, I'll say Abrashmina because you're flying in the air, you can see this thing.
Oh, okay.
It's only a few miles away. It is one of the most terrifying things you've ever seen.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
And that's the only
actually-
description I'm going to get.
25 all up, BT dubs.
Okay.
But Abrashmina is going to point in its direction.
The others won't be able to see it.
Well,
from their
she's still
vantage
going to point
Okay.
in its direction.
Do you want me to describe it, or?
I mean, yeah.
Well, then.
You said that you couldn't describe it.
No,
so-
I said that was a joke.
Would you like me to describe it? It's indescribable.
Yeah. I'm gonna use that one. No, you see a great eldritch beast from somewhere unintelligible. It walks on 4 spindly legs, almost 50 feet high, that look like sharp, bending spikes. Teetering atop the legs is this great, fleshy, oblong shape, vaguely beige in color, with a single gigantic eye that frantically lolls about the place, and begins looking in your direction, and then it slowly begins meandering towards you guys. This creature is unlike anything you've ever seen before.
About how long does Abrashmina think it will take to get here?
Based on how fast it's moving, you reckon you probably got 5 or 6 hours.
5 or 6 hours. Okay. But yeah, she's going to point and say another comes and describe it as best she can. Yeah, the whole like tall, spindly legs. It definitely knows we are here. But we do have enough time to rest before it gets here.
How much longer will your dome last, Bryn?
How far in the watch were we?
I think we're like 3 hours.
So like 5 to
Yeah,
6
we have-
hours.
Could you refresh it so that we could restore our energies?
It would need some time, but yes, a few minutes. Do we necessarily need to be here when it gets here?
No, we can always rest for an hour or two, mend our wounds, and then run. But it will be on us at some point. We will need to rest. Like,
Can we hide our tracks?
You could attempt.
He doesn't necessarily need to know which direction we're going.
We have our like cloak of elvenkind tarp, right?
that only really helps with movement, though.
If we hide beneath it, within the dome, we may be able to confuse it.
I don't know. These things were strange. It may not work. Makud, what do you know of these creatures? And this parasite.
He's like, I don't know, pulling suckers from his skin or something. He looks pretty rough. I'm sorry, what?
The parasite. You said you had seen it before.
Yeah,
Can they be tricked?
You can make a.
but what you describe, the eye on legs, that is no parasite. Unless, I presume I haven't seen the thing that we have not seen before.
Make me a nature or arcana check.
Oh, good.
Can anybody do this?
No, this is just for Makud, I'm afraid.
Does he get advantage because it's desert related?
No, he gets to roll because it's desert related.
I get a 3, so
No, you've never
yeah.
heard of anything like what she described.
I heard stories about these, and he like waggles or kicks one of them or something. It gets into beasts. Sometimes a nuisance. I don't know about a big iron leg.
Declan is going to just leave the decision making to the others, and he's going to just examine the parasite, and he's specifically trying to find if he can discern any biological vulnerability to these things.
Yeah.
Perhaps concoct a poison or a toxin or something.
Yeah. Why don't we say trying to think what role this would be. I'll
Medicine, nature, alchemy tools, something like that.
Yeah, I'll say nature. Just because it's, you're going through the biological process.
Sorry, I got a phone call in the middle of that. Could you start from the beginning?
No problem. I'll say nature because you're going through the biological process to try and sort of identify
You got it. Ooh, natural 20, baby.
Damn.
Ayo.
Okay. So you kind of examine this thing, and like cutting open the head, you find what appears to be a very, very, very small brain, such that you don't think it maybe makes the decisions for itself. It's part of a sort of hive mind type thing, would be your guess.
Is there any sense that I get that it's still connected to the thing?
No.
This particular brain? Okay.
This thing appears completely dead. Like, you're seeing a lot of the tissue degrading, like, even as you're looking at it. You think this thing's been completely cut off.
Do I get any sense of how I might debilitate such a creature?
Yes. So you think, firstly, to interrupt something that relies so heavily on the mind, potentially psychically torturing it, would be a good way of defeating the lead of these creatures. But also, like, the actual flesh of this thing seems extremely seems to be affected by flame. Like, if you hold a little bit of fire to it, you see the flesh kind of crackle and burn white.
Okay, so psychic and fire are the ways to go.
Yeah.
Well, I have
Aren't
some
you
good
glad that you saved your necklace now?
I have some good news. I have some good news for you, Bryn. It seems that your preferred methods of death will be very effective against this creature. If we think we can escape it, considering its size, that might be the best way to go. Otherwise, if we are forced into conflict, I would suggest that we engage it at range. If we can refresh your dome and it can protect us for a full night's rest, I would suggest we do so, ready to battle it when we awaken.
My friend here, and he points to the giant golem, he could always bury the dome in sand. Maybe it would not be able to see through sand and dome and top.
Perhaps.
But it knew that you were, the lions knew that you were there, even though you were hiding, though, yes, Declan?
As far as I could tell, yes. They seem to have some sort of either blind sight or a sense of what moves within the ground or above it.
So
I do not think this is a creature that we can hide from.
Fair enough. I mean, I was just simply putting it out there as an option.
The
if we can't
options
hide
then...
from it and we can't run from it, then we fight it.
Exactly.
So then we need rest.
Yes, that is my thinking.
Was Abershmina able to get a sense of its pace?
5 to 6 hours, we could finish up our rest for the evening.
Well, it just, could we outrun it, is my question.
It did seem slow, but because it was so big, that sort of offsets it. So there's potential there, but it's
It'd be
maybe
a bit
not
of
a
a race.
long-term solution.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Because we will have to stop and rest, and I do not think that this thing has that same need.
Then we rest here.
All right. I'll take about 10 minutes and ritual cast as a fresh dome.
I'm also going to use the stone around us to cast Wall of Stone to completely surround us from above and below. And I'll
Okay.
concentrate for a full hour to make them permanent.
Damn, sounds good.
Okay. Abrashmina had not begun to rest yet because she was, I think, first watch or second watch, I think.
Yeah.
So will she be able to
So
refresh her spells and
I'll be kind and say everyone can have a long rest.
okay.
Because you're gonna need it. Let's take a quick 5.
Okay.
Oh,
If I could suggest that we open with fire, I also have the red corundum gem that I've been saving for such an occasion, but I can only use it if there's fire to summon an elemental from.
I would probably, if that is the case, before Bryn, if she's going to fireball, I'm assuming she is. I can use my path to the grave if we wait until it is within 30 feet.
that's
Yeah,
Before you do
close.
that,
That is real
yes,
close.
it is real close. But if you can wait, it will have vulnerability to all of that damage.
So
Yeah.
it might already have vulnerability to fire. It sounds like.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe. Okay. If you feel like that's too close to worry about, I'll save that for in the middle of a fight.
I don't. I
Just-
mean, I have like range spells, but like, does everybody have enough to do some range stuff? I mean,
I'm using my crossbow.
I don't
Because,
want to.
because he said that.
not at all.
Yeah,
I have one range thing, which is the lava jets.
But you'll get that back. So
Yes, I will. But
Okay.
yeah, I'll have one range thing, but then I have to go close.
I have.
I can try to make it afraid of you, so that hopefully it has disadvantage.
Cool.
Well, it's a save. Well.
how much? How much am I pumping into this? Can I modify its memory?
You have to take into
You
consideration.
are actually our
lethal-
newest acquisition and pet. Oh, good. And it just comes home with us, sits on top of the bar.
Like I know that you want like it's the temptation to upcast is really there, but we don't know how long we're going to be.
Well,
in
no,
this.
I was thinking of like maybe dropping like 2 or 3 charges.
Mm.
I'm not gonna.
Does the necklace refresh, or once you use a bead, it's gone?
I can. Yeah, once you use it, it's gone, and then but I can go back to Thella
Okay.
Hell yeah.
for I don't remember how much gold it cost me.
It was cheap. It was like 10 gold a
Yeah.
bead. Incredibly cheap, but we don't have
So you
the
should
luxury.
before you use the last bead, you should let Declan study it so that he can just make them for you for free.
That's a possibility.
I also have a fireball stored in the gem
Oh yeah, you do.
that I've kind of been saving.
Maybe you should do that one because then you'll have then you can put
I
other
think
spells in it.
It might be a good idea to, if you have a chance, like test the fire at like its max range, like 120, and if it hits real hard, then not to use the vulnerability when it gets to 30. But it might be something where it's resistant to other things, but not to that. Like you don't know how Rob's made the monster. Fire might just do normal damage, and other things might do less. In which case, a vulnerability would still be useful.
I'm gonna look at my spells for
A taster menu of fire, as it were, before the main course.
Ooh, I can cast continual flame.
Well,
Isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't
I'm
actually
gonna
do
go. Okay, I'll be right back.
it. Okay. I'm just looking at my spells. Cast Zone of Truth.
This is taking a very gribbly turn. Suddenly we've taken a left turn into like Stranger Things, but in the desert.
Ooh, I have enough time. I could cast Glyph of Warding.
Hmm. You actually got that prepared?
I can prepare it now.
Oh, yeah. If you have to prepare it and then put it down, you might be
Yeah.
close
Try to
up
get
on
close.
time.
Yeah. And
I are healed.
woo.
Those had as much hit points as I did, or do. Those dogs. This thing is going to
Lions.
be tanky.
Yeah. I have Dawn. I could cast some Dawn.
Might not like the light.
Yeah, it's only radiant though, but
Hmm.
ooh. Holy weapon.
Holy weapon.
How about Flame Strike?
Might do the trick.
Did I also hear vulnerability to psychic?
Seems to be suggested that hive mind creatures were weak to psychic. So yeah, Bryn should have a fun time. Unless, we're all running and screaming as it puts its giant legs on us.
How do we feel about 5th level Dissonant Whispers?
That's more like dissonant shouting.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Goodbye.
Oh, she's I'm gonna be right back.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, Dylan.
You have to go in 45 minutes?
Yeah, preferably.
Okay. Do you want to put the kibosh on this fight until next week?
No, I think we should be good to do this fight in the time. Shouldn't be too onerous, I think.
Okay.
Bounded accuracy and all that.
This thing's not an earth elemental, is it?
Why, yes. Afraid not, sir.
Yeah, well.
Does it know who's on the Tal'Dorei Council?
It does. It knows everything.
Rob doesn't get that joke because he has behind.
I don't care.
I'm sorry I'm trying to do exams to help my future, which is not the reason I haven't caught up, but...
You made me feel real bad, but then I was like, hey, wait a minute, that's not why.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
So, we're in this guy?
We're going to try. Of course, you're all trapped inside my wall, so...
Yeah, no, I can't help but notice.
I was thinking the last thing at canon, as you seal it up, probably right at the very top, there's just my Sandy Minotaur friend just waving by. So we get plunged into darkness.
And then Declan phases through the wall and runs away.
People start freaking out like it's the mines all over again.
This dimension door out of there.
Nah, it's
I
fine,
mean,
you
we
can do
could
it.
all smash through that.
Oh yeah, there's no keeping you in that thing for very long.
All right. So, all rested. You wake up in utter darkness.
Can I get a sense of how far away the creature is? Can I see it?
Well, we're in a rocky prison
No,
at
because
the
you're
minute.
in utter darkness in a rocky prison.
Okay.
I
right.
will phase through the wall and stealth out.
Make
See
me
if
a
I can
stealth.
see this thing.
Are you going to say that's what you're going to do, or are you just going to leave?
Yeah.
Make me a stealth check.
It was in the subtext, pal.
Okay.
Disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage? Why am I at disadvantage though? That's right, it was still a good roll. 14 plus 12 is 26.
Okay, so you slip out and behind those rocks that I mentioned earlier, and you see this thing standing over the dome, 1 foot at each corner, we'll say, and its single eye has slipped right around its body to be on the underside, staring directly down, and it just stands there.
No sense that it sees me.
No.
Okay. I will phase back into the dome. Say, well, I don't think it's dumb enough to have passed us over. It is directly above us, staring at the dome and waiting. My suggestion is that once the dome goes down, we scatter to the 4 directions. I'm sure that it is awaiting our emergence and will attack once we do, though. I can try to draw it away. I can slip through the sand behind it and make an attack. That could be your cue to flee.
Mm,
It's an awfully big risk.
It is. But we do not know the thing's capabilities just yet. Best that we not all cluster in one place.
How high up is it?
How high above it? How above us was it?
50 feet.
So the bottom of it is 50 feet up?
Correct.
Jeez Louise.
Right. And how far away is a leg?
The legs are pretty close. So, probably, 5 feet from the edge of the dome.
So it's like pincered in almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be fine. I can try to draw it away, use the sword to create a haunting sound and hopefully frighten it.
All
I
right.
think you can frighten a giant eyeball on a leg.
I can certainly try. Do I get a sense of what this thing's reach is?
a billion.
Yeah, pretty big. Its legs are essentially 50 feet long, so it's going to be like 30 to 40 foot reach.
Jesus.
He's just gonna say, point me to a leg.
I'll give him a sort of general direction.
He's gonna line up and like roll his shoulders and get ready.
Okay. We still have the Bryn's dome, right?
Yeah.
It should be fading in what, a few hours or something? Because
Yeah,
Yeah,
we-
you've,
few
yeah,
hours.
you've got a few hours.
yeah. So we still got it for this.
All right. Anyone have any last words?
An apt question.
Yeah.
It's been nice playing with you guys. See you on the other side.
It's not a game, Bryn. These are our lives.
Abrashmina is going to cast Death Ward on everyone but herself.
Oh, you proper got
I'll
me
take
to
it.
and have an inspiration.
No, thank you.
And is that 3 level 4 spells or something? Pino?
That is three level
that is
spells.
all my level 4 spells.
Oof.
Big oof.
But only
Big
on
play.
I only have 3 of them, so everyone but her is going to get it.
We never
Um,
really liked her anyway, so.
Yeah, it's okay.
So
Don't worry, I will be your death ward.
Thank you,
rather
Leslie.
than dropping the wall of stone, which I don't even think I can do since it's permanent now, I'll instead do stone shape and just make a 5-foot hole.
Okay.
And then I am going to step outside, still stealthing.
Deep breath.
Yeah. How do I want to do this?
I'm just saying I'm aiming to at some point just charge directly out for one of the legs on the opposite side to where he is. So if I hear move, I want to do it before it starts shifting away. That's my intention.
So, okay, I'll use my bonus action to stealth. At disadvantage again?
Yes, please, sir.
That was a 19 and a 17, so I did roll
This
pretty
thing
good.
rolled dog shit, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah, for reference, it's a 29. And I'm gonna, without using the chime yet, move I have to move half speed. So I'm gonna move to within 30 feet of the thing, and that would be my chime of haunting.
Yeah.
So it makes a wisdom saving throw.
No, it doesn't.
It's immune to fear.
Yeah, afraid so.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
too gribbly.
Well, then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to continue running away from it.
Oh shit, oh shit. Blood bait. Let's get... Well, I'll say, okay. You guys can have a surprise round. That was your go there, Declan.
Okay. Well, I think we're all kind of waiting for it to move away, right? We want another idea.
I mean, I can fireball it right now.
That's true.
Abrashmina is going to pop out the wings
Okay.
for her action.
Okay.
Did you go outside with the wings or just sit?
It lasts for a minute, so I'm gonna sit here
Okay.
for now.
Do you want to? I would like to go directly through. So if Declan left by the north, I want to go for like southeastern leg or something, and just go straight through the dome, and swinging at this leg.
Okay.
So I think, my understanding, have you made like 4 doors, Dylan, or have you just made the one?
It's just the one door.
Okay.
So we have one door.
So you have to go out the same way, but you can swing round.
I wanted to go through it, just smash the dome. It can't be that thick.
It's pretty thick. Hold on, I can look up the spell for you real quick. It might take you a couple turns to get out if that's what you're doing.
But like a 5-foot space is quite hard for Maku to get out of. There's more action hero to bust through the wall. But
I just
Let
I
him
mean,
play
that is
to
definitely
the
more action
stone.
hero, but
Because
Um,
it's a 20 foot, it's a 20 or what, 10 foot radius dome. For a wall of stone can only do so much at a certain thickness. So it's only like 5 inches thick.
so it's 6 inches thick, and each inch has 30 hit points.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I made a hole for you, buddy.
Fine. He will squeeze his way out of the door.
His horn gets caught on the thing.
Well, yeah, he's
he's
like 7 foot tall, and then has horns.
I made a space big enough for Makud. How's that?
Okay. Then he will leave by it. And I'll go for door. Do you want a fireball first before I get out?
yeah, I'm just
Covering
gonna
fire?
yeah, I'm just gonna pop it with the one from the Iron Stone.
Deck save is gonna
16.
be fucking shit for.
Okay, so
It is basically the broadside of a barn.
18. 34 points of fire damage.
Ooh-wee.
Do we get the sense that it is vulnerable to this damage?
Yeah.
Is it
So
reacting? Yeah,
as
okay.
as the fireball crashes into it above, it lets out this horrifying wailing sound that kind of shakes you all, and you can see the area where it hit like turns to white ash and kind of crumbles slightly, and it stumbles on these legs, and it's like a as they plunge into you, the sand, and you can see the ends of them as they come up out of the sand are incredibly sharp.
Does this thing look? Can I see it from where I am inside the wall of stone and dome
No.
thing? Okay. Then that's all me. That's all I can do.
Then the last is Makud.
So Makud will exit said dome, move to these very sharp tramply ends, and I'm going to attempt to just break one
Okay. Make me some attacks.
with some hits. He's gonna raging as he goes and recklessing, because this thing's probably going to hit fairly hard. Okay. That is 2 25s.
Both hit.
That is 16, 20 damage.
20.
And 18.
Did Bryn stay inside the wall of stone?
There's a hole in it, so I think she went out and shot the fireball and then
Did
came
she
back
stay
in.
in it?
Probably like in the doorway.
Albertmina will leave then. I don't want to be in the dome whenever that thing gets mad at you.
Well, the idea was to scatter.
Yeah. So yeah, I realize I like yeah. So Albertmina will use her movement to get out.
Okay. So, the leg does not break, I'm afraid. And like as you're hitting it, it sort of pulls the leg back and sort of moves it so that it's not. So your hits are hitting it, and then it's kind of dodging out the way to sort of stay standing. Though it moves very clumsily indeed. Let's roll some initiative, please, people.
Does this thing up close look like it is strong?
It, by its size alone, you're not sure Makud could beat it in an arm wrestle.
Okay. That is an 18 on my initiative.
21.
Oh, got some good initiative rolls. 22.
Oh,
Mine was almost good. It rolled between a 12 and a 2 for the longest time and settled on a 2 for a good old fashioned 9.
Woo.
What's your dex?
+4.
Okay, you're not last.
Oh boy.
It's real bad.
Makuj, you're up first.
So has it like completely withdrawn the leg, so I now can't hit it? Like
No,
it's too high up.
it's the legs
Or-
are staying where they are. It's more just kind of doing that so that it can. It's like you're hitting it and it's moving the leg. So, because if
Sure.
you think it kept the leg in place, like it's so spindly, you could probably just knock it out from under it, kind of thing.
Okay.
So
Sure.
it's just keeping itself standing up, but you can still hit the leg.
Okay. I think that's what I'm going to do. He's gonna move around like Declan sprinted off one way, Mina's flown off another. He's just gonna be trying to attack one of the legs that is away from the other. Try and keep that a little bit of distance, I guess. And I'm gonna reckless and I'm gonna great weapon master, seeing as I remembered that I had it. Oh, that was so close to being a crit. Well. So that is with the -5, 16 and a 24 because I rolled almost a crit.
Both hit. Just.
Oh wow. So +10 to both of these.
Nice.
Nice. 10, 19, so 29. And 9, 11, 16. So 29 and a 34. As he just tries to wail on this leg.
So, you got 1 damage over what it needs to break a leg.
Yes.
And so you just smash into it and it moves the leg, and then you smash again, but this time you're too fast for it. And the leg kind of just snaps exactly where you hit it. And you see the whole thing just crumble and fall apart. The creature stumbles, and you hear that same bassy, like, doo, 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 as it kind of moves around you in the sand. And you see, like, the kind of big, oblong, fleshy sack body at the top kind of shift into the center, so it's standing like it's a tripod now. And so it's able to steady itself on the 3 legs.
So do I get the sense that its form is somewhat amorphous?
Yeah, you think the legs and the eye...
It's able to rearrange its own biology?
Yeah, the meatball part of it stays stationary, but the eye, you've seen, like, it can swivel 360 degrees around the body, and the legs are doing the same. That's one word for it.
So he's gonna like roar as all this dust rings around him, and he'll go stamping off for another leg.
Okay. Declan.
So do I notice any respiratory functions on this thing?
No.
Okay. Well, then dust of sneezing and choking is not going to help. Is there any residual fire from the fireball?
No, this thing isn't flammable.
Okay.
And it has no flammable material.
Okay.
But the fire did a
So
lot
I
of
would
damage.
Is there any place I could throw a firebomb that would like the fire linger for a few minutes?
If you want to wait until it is my turn, I am going to flame strike, and you can coordinate that. I did mention it that I might flame
No, I
strike.
know. It only matters if they're. Well, I guess. So you're saying like do it at the same time?
Yeah, because then you can throw it into the flame of the flame.
Yeah, I guess that
strike.
makes sense. If Rob would let me do that.
Yeah, totes.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna pull out the dust. Sorry, the gem. And let me check the range on Conjure Elemental real quick. So I want to be as far away as I can.
I'm gonna go for center mass. That makes a difference.
Sure.
Min has been to the cop school of Flame Strike.
Okay, so the range on this thing is 90 feet. So I'm going to use my movement to get just within that range, like just barely.
Yeah.
And for shits and giggles, I'm going to insightful fighting the
For sure.
the thingy. So it rolls a deception check.
That's a crit fail, my friend.
Okay, well I rolled a 4, so that works out pretty good.
Wow. What's your...
I mean plus 12, so...
Okay.
16?
Yeah. You beat it.
Okay, yeah, so hold my action to activate Conjure Elemental as soon as the Flame Strike goes off.
Faux show. Mina.
Speaking of which, I will need a Constitution saving throw. Let me make sure. No, Dex. Sorry.
I can do... Oh, fuck, 2.
All right, that will be. I rolled this ahead of time. That is 19 fire damage and 24 radiant damage.
Hoo boy.
As like Abrashmina kind of like is like flying under the mass of the creature and like does like a barrel roll as she like gets out from underneath its shadow and casts like flame strike, and the divine fire like shoots out of her into the creature.
I like it.
Thanks.
Yeah, and Declan will activate the, sort of just snap the gem in his hands.
Do it.
And sort of direct with his palm the energy towards the Flame Strike so that they merge, and once the Flame Strike clears, standing in the center of its area is a fire elemental.
Sure.
Will that go on my turn or its own turn?
That'll go on your turn.
Okay.
Let me just...
Oh, actually, let me look at it real quick.
I'll say it can have a turn now because I always let Makud have his one and you held your action. But from now on, if you just do it, like take your turn, then its turn.
Okay, cool. Elemental. Where are you? I had your stats up. Okay. So it can just engulf him, right? No, you can't do that.
It's too big to engulf, I would
It can...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge, this thing. I'm just looking.
Yeah, it'll... Yeah.
Fire elementals can't fly.
Hey, just attack the legs.
Oh, so you want it on the ground still, but... Yeah, fair.
I mean, I could have it on its back or something, if you'll let me do that. I imagine the Flame Strike was called down in that direction, kind of.
If you want, you can make a check to see if it can, like, grab on and climb its way up.
Okay.
But
I mean, that would be its action, right?
Yeah.
I'll just have it attack the legs.
Cool.
So it's multi-attack. 2 fire touch attacks, yes. What is that? That's a 16 to hit and a 17 to hit.
Both hit.
Nice. Good roll. Nice. 26 damage.
26. Is that all up?
Sorry?
Is that just from one attack or 2?
That's both attacks.
Okay. So interestingly, you see the leg doesn't seem to have the same
Vulnerability.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have the same problem with fire.
Okay.
Though you still do a good amount of damage.
Okay.
And
It
the
doesn't
thing
seem particularly resistant.
No, it doesn't seem resistant. It just seems like the body is particularly vulnerable.
Got it.
Bryn.
Okay. A creature that
sorry.
touches the elemental or hits it with a melee attack while within 5 feet takes 10 fire damage.
Okay.
And additionally, I can enter a hostile creature's space and stop there. The first time it enters space on that turn, creature takes 1d10 damage and catches fire. Until someone takes action to douse the fire, the creature takes 1d10 fire damage to start each of its turns.
Damn.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you're
played that a
setting
little
fire to one of the legs here.
Okay, cool.
Give me that D10, boy.
Uh, 9 points of damage.
9 points.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it is. And again, this you see this leg just slowly beginning to catch fire. Bryn.
I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers
Faux show.
at the 4th level, so I need a Wisdom save, please.
28.
Bitch.
Excuse me?
Yes, you heard me. The thing is a bitch. So it's gonna take half of 17 psychic damage.
So it just takes 17. Because it's vulnerable.
Yep.
So you hear that same anguished moaning cry that just echoes around the battlefield and rumbles.
Oh, my brain.
Question now, where is everyone standing?
I am 90 feet to its rear. If it has such a thing.
Abarashmina is about 45 feet at the diagonal from the dome, probably.
Okay.
I am by a leg, probably not the one that the fire elemental is next to,
Okay.
and probably away from the others.
I have never described myself as leaving the safety of the doorway, so I'm probably still there.
Okay. Well, you and Makood make dexterity saving throws. It's going to cast reverse gravity.
Oh.
Is it?
Mina, you can fly,
Yeah.
so that's not going to be an issue for you. And
If anybody's
Declan-
still inside the dome, they would just hit the top of the dome.
Yeah, so no one's inside the dome, but Bryn is in the doorway, so she gets a dex save to try and grab it. And Makood, I'm giving you a dex save to try and grab the leg.
Sure.
Declan, unfortunately, you
Oh, my,
are out of the radius.
Okay. Oh, I'm out of the radius?
Yeah, so it's 50-foot radius.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately for you, fortunately for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I would
That's
say
it.
objectively, it's an unfortunate thing that you are.
It might perhaps be more dramatic if I were within the aura.
If you were 40 feet closer, there is fuck all you could do, and you wouldn't even get a save, and would just boom take that damage.
Well, I wouldn't take damage till it was done. That fell.
Nah, but it's. I mean, yeah.
I got a 21.
Okay. I horrendously failed that.
Yes.
Like a 9. Which,
So-
considering I have advantage, is not good.
Does his horns scrape and cut up the leg as he flies up?
Chalkboard noise.
Yeah.
Everyone
No.
hates it.
So
Oh.
Makood just like scrabbling as he begins falling upwards. Bryn, you feel yourself falling upwards, but you grab hold of the underside of the dome doorway, and so you're hanging upside down, but you are not currently falling. Makood, you fly 100 feet into the air and stop.
Ooh. I can do it too, Mina.
Be careful, Makood.
Yeah. Makood, just for the lols, roll me a d20.
9.
Okay. It's gonna decide to end its concentration there.
Immediately.
Yep. And so there's this, and you see like loads of sand is rising with you, and then you just feel your stomach drop,
Oh man, there'd
as
be loads of sand.
the rest of you. Yeah, it's a lot of sand. So you
So
take.
it's about 50 foot up, and I was fighting underneath it and gone by. I'm now falling down on top of it. Is there a chance that I could angle myself to smash into this thing, or am I going to hit the ground?
Let's.
I mean, it's kind of hard to angle yourself against just gravity, unless you can like control your body in such a way so that the rushing air, like you kind of paraglide down or something.
Does Bryn
that-
have featherfall?
I was just putting it out there that
Well, I'm
We
trying to
were-
think
I
if
was
I would
fi-
allow you
I
to
was-
do that if I were the DM, and I'm, I guess like a really, really hard acrobatics check to like see if you can catch the wind just so. Is what I would do.
I mean, you don't get it if you don't ask. And
I
these dice
mean-
aren't really gonna help with me, so
But we all know Rob
Oh.
doesn't like to say no.
It's true.
Go on then, you little disadvantage deck save.
okay.
And this isn't.
So just
You
a
don't get your
regular straight roll.
barbarian advantage for this because you
Aw.
already failed the save against the hazard.
It's only a 16, so
Okay, that is a fail, I'm afraid.
that's okay.
Does Bryn have featherfall?
Nope.
Do you know what
Oh.
Makood has though? Is 10d6 damage. Oh.
It will be halved because it's just bludgeoning damage.
Yeah,
as long as you
yeah.
reach it.
Unfortunately. 30. Hold up.
15 damage.
So Makood just and just crashes into the sand with a whump.
I don't like flying, Mina.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I don't like flying me, no.
So I assume Rob, like tons of sand was flying up within that area, right?
Yeah.
So the Declan can clearly see what the radius is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Make sure that's clear.
That is a very good point. Good thinking. Okay.
It's also why I totally missed the monster because of all the sand.
Yeah.
Would have been fine otherwise.
Makood, as you pick yourself up, thinking, hey, that wasn't too bad, it's your go.
Right.
Because like that was fun. Again.
I have a crazy scheme that I want to set up. So he is going to. He's
I'm
going to
sorry.
get.
Oh, before
Sorry?
you get into it, did the fire elemental get caught in the reverse gravity, Rob?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, give it a deck save.
Zoop-a-doop doop doop. It is pretty dexterous actually. It doesn't have proficiency in it. Hey, that's whatchamacallit? An 8.
Okay. That's a fail.
Okay, can I try to turn my dude into a fireball as he drops?
Yeah.
Dex save at disadvantage?
Yeah.
Alright, well the first roll is a 19, which is a bummer. 13 is not gonna do it, I bet.
Afraid not.
Okay. He takes how much
So-
damage, you said?
34?
Oh, yeah, 30. 30.
It was 30.
Oh, 30? Cool.
Fire elementals might not take full bludgeoning though, because
Are they
Do they?
immune to bludgeoning?
it might be something else, but because they're kind of incorporeal.
Let me check.
Resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks.
Yep.
So,
Just so happened the
take-
sand is very magical.
so
No, you-
34 goes down to
No, 30 goes
15.
down to 15.
15. Okay, thank you.
Sorry, Dan, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
It's okay. Makood, seeing that it likes to play with, I don't know, the very fabric of the universe, he's going to stand directly underneath the center mass, and then he is going to lift up his arms, and I want the Sand Minotaur to come out carrying him as like a fastball special. And it is going to wait in like a hurling position with Makood directly underneath it for next turn.
What's the strength of this thing?
The elemental has like 20 strength.
Okay, and how much does Makud weigh in double-decker buses?
Like 500 pounds, I bet.
It's probably like 500 pounds. I
He's
thought a
he's
large
walking
creature.
pole, right?
Like
Yeah,
it's a large creature.
is a large
picking up a
creature.
medium-sized one, but
It can
Let him
certainly.
have it.
It can certainly try.
it's not throwing it this turn. I have something to add to this because you can't have a thrown weapon that throws 50 feet in the air. I'm not asking for it this turn. I have something else to add to
Okay.
it. So
Do you have someone to cast jump on yourself? So you
It's
can,
just
like,
ready.
leap
No.
out of his palm?
I have something else.
Declan.
So he's insightful fighting. He's threatened. I would like advantage though. So what I would like to do is sort of like dip into the sand so it loses my position, use a bonus action to hide, and then pop up and shoot it.
Is it not an action or something to surf, or is it just you have a movement speed through the earth?
It's a move. It's just my movement through Earth is unimpeded, except
Then, yeah,
for
you can do
I move at half speed. Yeah, just basically move in like a parallel direction to it. Hiding, which is a 24.
Let me just give that roll. Nope.
Okay. At advantage then. No good. How do you like a 14?
To hit?
Yeah.
That's a miss, I'm afraid, sir.
Okay. All right. Fire Elemental's gonna get up, dust his shoulders off, and keep landing on these here legs.
Okay.
I've got a crit on one, and a 12 on the other.
The 12
I think 12 misses.
Yeah.
15 points of damage.
15. On the crit?
Yeah, he only gets 2d6 damage.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Is that on the same leg the Earth Elemental was attacking?
Well, that was my attack with the Earth Elemental.
Fire.
Oh,
Fire.
Fire Elemental, sorry. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, okay.
And I think I shot and missed, right? So I think I'm done.
Yeah. And it takes another d10 fire damage, correct?
It does. Thank you for reminding me.
My pleasure.
7.
Okay. All right, and then it is Mina's turn.
Brashmina is going to. She hasn't really seen it attack physically yet, so she is just going to guiding bolt it with 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Awesome. That will be 12 plus 12 plus 9 for having her Radiant Soul activated for 21 points of radiant damage, and the next attack will have advantage.
Declan will also cry out to Mina to move back however many feet so that she's no longer within the aura of this thing's power.
It didn't bother me last time.
Oh, I guess that's true. It can't really affect you. Never mind.
Yeah. Brashmina is going to stay. She is going to dip a bit closer or whatever to kind of stay within other spell ranges for the others that are still on the ground. Bonus action will be to look pretty. And that's her go.
Very well. Okay. And Bryn.
Let's mock it in a vicious fashion. Wisdom save, please.
A wisdom save. That's a 30. Natural 20 there.
My lord.
It's quite
Good night,
wise.
Paul.
It is not insecure in the slightest.
Yeah.
Where's that 5th level dissonant whispers, bro?
She already tried
No.
that.
No, it
Oh,
wasn't.
oh, did she? Oh, okay.
It wasn't
So-
a 5th level. It was a 4th.
Okay.
I think it's going to target Abrishmina.
Duh. Okay.
And I'm going to need from her actually nothing.
Oh no.
Are you sure?
Yeah, how many hit points do you have?
78.
Oh no.
Okay. You are. Wait, are you immune to being charmed?
No.
Okay, sweet. You're racked
I mean,
by.
it wouldn't know that. It would try to do whatever it's going to do.
No, I know. I was asking if the spell was going to happen.
Oh, okay.
You are racked by crippling pain. So bad that your maximum speed of any type, so including fly speed, is no higher than 10 feet. You have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws, apart from Constitution saving throws. If you try and cast a spell, you have to make a Constitution saving throw or fail. This is all DC 18. At the end of each of your turn, you can make a con save to try and end this effect.
What did it do to me?
It casts Power Word Pain,
Oh, fuck.
and its eye just fixes on you and just glows, and you're just let out this shriek of horror as you're basically hit with the Cruciatus Curse.
I am really happy that her flying is not concentration based.
Yeah, right.
McCood.
Okay. We will see if this works. Seeing that it... I imagine Mina screams out or something.
Oh yeah, most definitely. There's lots of screaming.
Owie,
Makud
owie,
is...
owie, owie.
I was thinking more dramatic than that, but Makud just like roars, Mina! He's going to do Pillars of Stone, Bones of the Earth,
Yeah.
which makes a 30-foot pillar of stone directly under him and the
Okay.
golem.
Yeah.
And then the golem, using the momentum of them being jettisoned 30 feet in the air, is going to throw him at the peak of it. And I'm going directly for the eye.
So you trying to hit the bottom of it?
If that is where the... I want to stop the thing
So the
from
eye is on the
torturing Mina.
side, pointing at Mina.
Okay. I can go at the bottom, I guess.
He's trying to like fire over it and land on top of it.
If you
Keep
want to
it
land
low.
on top of it, you can, because this thing's like under 50 feet high at the moment, because it's only got 3 legs, so it's kind of crouching a bit lower.
Oh,
30
right,
feet,
okay.
like plus 10 feet, I'll say, for the elemental. In fact, probably more, because it's holding you above its head. So you can pretty much almost reach it without being thrown. So if you...
How many pillars can you make?
I can make 6 or something.
And they're 30 feet high?
I can't stack them on top of each other, but yes.
Well, but isn't it like 30 feet up right now?
Yeah, I didn't realize
a little bit
he
more
hadn't
than that.
described it coming down lower than 50 feet, so I thought it was still at 50 feet. But if it's at 40 feet and I have a large creature on top of a 30-foot pillar, then yes, it could probably just place me on top.
I mean, you could also lift the my elemental, which is a large creature as well, and then it could strike at the belly where its damage would be double.
Sure.
I'll allow it.
Okay, I will. Okay. He screams Mina, and just 6 sort of pillars just shoot out of the ground in random places or various places, and one of them, your fire elemental, happens to ride up on it.
Nice.
And yeah, okay. So now I'm on top of it.
Sure.
I kind of wanted the. Okay.
Why don't you just like pick up its legs and start flying away into outer space? Back to the small
Cool.
realm. See you later, guys. Makut's like,
So it was my action to do the pillars of thingy, and the golem's action to throw/place me or whatever. I imagine him being thrown at the eye, but I guess maybe he can roll up onto the top of it now, and
Yeah.
then that's my go.
For sure. Declan.
Did you make any attacks towards it, Dan? I'm
can't-
sorry. Or was it just getting
I
up there?
can't. The bones of the earth is an action, and then the
Okay.
elemental
Action.
had an
was
action
there.
to get
Okay.
me up there.
You have advantage still.
the next attack against it.
Yep.
Okay. In which case, I will take that advantage for my sneak attack.
Snurk attack.
26.
Hits.
Nice. Uh, 21 points of damage, but I'm gonna make that bolt one of my acid bolts.
Okay.
So I'll add an extra 2d6 acid damage on there. 21, 24, 29 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'll take 2 attacks with the elemental. A 12, which is a miss, and a 21.
And these are on the body now rather than the legs.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Correct.
Cool. Cool.
I lost my die. 16. 19 points of damage.
19. Okay.
And that's it.
Mina.
Brashmina is going to make a Constitution saving throw to attempt to do a spell. Oh boy, am I glad that she took Resilient Con. That is a 19 on the dice.
That is a
Or
success.
12 plus 9. So that's a success. And then her guiding bolt is only going to be a 15 to hit.
That is a miss.
Oh, all that for nothing. But then
Con
she's
save
going.
to.
Yep. Roll better for the con. Oh, I could use my inspiration for that guy. Nah. Roll better for the con. That is a 13 on the dice plus 7 for 20.
The pain fades finally from you, and the eye kind of frowns for a second before wheeling around to look up at Makut.
Oh, okay. Makut is just there, like with his hammer raised in both hands,
Yeah.
just about to smash the top.
Bryn.
Wisdom save, please.
19.
Here comes that. 5th level Dissonant Whispers I promised you all. That's not bad. Uh, 33 points of psychic damage. Which would be halved because it's...
Yeah, and then doubled, so.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Oh, there's a few fun things I could
Come
do.
at me, bro.
Yeah, say that while I'm doing this. Okay, Makood.
Oh, I also forgot the D10 fire damage from last
Oh,
turn.
you did.
Another 9. And I guess this would be doubled now because he's up there.
Well, no, it's the leg that's on fire. Although, now the body is on fire as well, so you can have 2d10. One
Okay.
for the leg and one for the body.
That was a 1.
Hey, it's doubled, man.
That's true. A mighty 2 damage.
Okay, that leg's still burning away. It's starting to look a little rough. Makood, my friend,
Yes.
I would like you to roll me a intelligence saving throw.
Oh, great.
We really need to get you that headband of intellect.
Oh no. Is it a spell?
It is.
I have advantage against them spells.
Is that a barbarian thing or an item thing?
Item thing. I think you Scarab of Protection.
Oh yeah.
Someone gave it to me. It's useful. And I also have a robe of protection on, wrapped around a horn, so it's only -1, so it's a 14,
You fail.
which isn't
I'm
bad
afraid.
for me.
You can have my inspiration, Dan.
Oh, I already have one. I'll use mine. Or yours, I don't mind. I suppose yours still the recap one?
Yeah, it's like the recap one for. I've got like stacks. They don't stack.
I already,
so I have
sure.
an inspiration.
Unfortunately, it didn't help.
No.
Okay. You take 37 psychic damage, and
Ow.
all around you, you see these screaming, growling maws of like fleshy mouths that press in on you, blocking out sight of everything and anything. You can't see or hear anything beyond the illusion, and you are considered restrained by it.
It did the thing you did to Jade in her PvP thing.
As it casts
Oh, this is mental prison.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh man, yeah. It's a rough spell.
Makood.
And there's like no save at the end of the turn or anything?
No.
Okay, great. And I'm restrained.
You
And I can't see any foes?
No, you can't see anything other than these fleshy maws, like even at your feet.
Okay. Can he disadvantage attack the maws? Because he would go down swinging?
That's correct.
Right. He will reckless, so he will evenly attack the maws. Great weapon master. Why not? That is a 25 and 18 to hit said maws.
Okay. So, obviously, they're an illusion. Nothing
Are you
happens.
Are you immune to being charmed yet, Dan? Is that a thing that happens with your kind of barbarian?
I think you can start a rage to
No.
end a charm.
That's the frenzy barbarian guy from the core book. I'm the spiritual one that protects people.
So, good news
Don't
and
get
bad
minus
news.
rage.
Good news, the maws disappear as soon as you attack them. Bad
Great.
news,
Are there more maws?
no.
Okay.
He's counting that as you moving out of the illusion.
No, if you attack it, it counts as well.
Oh. So it does say that, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Code has no idea, but to hit
Yeah.
things, so...
Oh, no.
He doesn't know why everything sucks so bad.
You take 73 psychic damage.
73.
Jesus Christ.
I rolled so fucking well.
Okay, well, he's gone.
Are you
Not
down?
on.
Oh, death ward. That's right.
Yeah, you're
Does
down
that
to
put
one.
it back on 1? But
Yep.
am I still in... I'm in more hellhole?
No, so the illusion is gone.
Oh.
So you're
So you
conscious
kind
of
of swung and it just disappeared. But it just
Yeah.
like blitzed your mind and you just feel this racking agony in your head.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
like
feel,
it-
73 damage is enough to murder quite a few
you
men.
feel yourself, your like eyes closed and you feel yourself dying. And then you kind of, as you slump forward, you feel 2 hands on your chest kind of pushing you back up. And you kind of open your eyes and you see the fuzzy face of, or a fuzzy image of the face of Ramiel just kind of pushing you back into the place. And he just says, "Not yet."
I don't think Makud responds having taken 73 mental
I will not
damage.
make you roll to try and stay on top of this thing.
You want me to?
No, I said I won't
No.
make you.
I
Ramiel
mean,
keeps
it's
him
pretty.
on.
It's pretty big, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's good enough. Yeah, you're fine.
Yay, I'm
You're
so glad I
fine.
cast Death Ward.
Yeah,
Makud,
it was well worth it.
it's your go.
Heal thyself.
Yeah.
I have the golem, which I suppose I didn't go down on. Didn't go down, so the elemental is still under control. Although I think we found with this item that didn't happen anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. The elemental crits. Of course, the elemental crits. Where's the elemental? And the other one is a hit because it's like 26 or something. It rolled really well. Elemental. 18 from the crit. And 18 from the normal one. Great.
So I don't know if I ever brought this up to you guys. We had a great homebrew rule in my in-person games where when you crit, you would double the amount of dice, but you would maximize the first set of dice. So it
So
always
that-
kind of felt. a
Yeah,
little more critical.
that's how I do crits in some games. That's probably my favorite way to do them. Is like you have max and then you roll on top of that.
Yeah.
For this one though, I think we're just doubling dice. We might do that in the second campaign. We'll
put it out there.
see.
Third.
Third,
Whatever.
fourth.
In an infinite line of games, really, it's 6 images.
Yeah.
They all kind of just blur into one long
So-
string of me being the best person I've ever met.
Fair enough.
Conscious
So
18.
how much damage was
So
that?
basically, the earth elemental crit for 18, and then did 18 on a normal hit as well. And he
Wow.
basically like double power punched directly underneath the creature, burying its fists into
Yeah, I love that.
the
So
mass.
the elemental punches up once, and the whole thing like shakes, and then it punches up again, and the thing shakes again, and then it punches up again and again and again until there's like this bloody kind of hole appearing, and just the thing just drops.
Oh.
As the elemental killed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
The
Oh.
thing's legs just crumple and curl in on itself, and it lands with a bloody splat. Makud, you find it actually very comfortable, and when you land, you somehow don't take any damage.
I was going to say like the elemental could catch me. Sure, I will take that. The
Yeah.
waterbed from beyond the world.
And
I'm
this
just
thing just
gonna-
lands.
Flat.
Abroshmin is going to like kind of fly down with a like Makud and going to heal him.
You see
Wait.
the eyeball of this thing lands, kind of bounces a bit and rolls, and just ends up pointing exactly at Abrashmina.
I don't like that.
I'm gonna go over to the eye and see if I can get its attention. See if I notice any activity in it.
You don't. It is entirely nothing.
How big is this eyeball?
It
18
is,
points of healing to you, Dan.
Cheers.
it is very big. It's probably the size of like a large exercise ball, like 2 or 3 feet
Okay.
across.
Smaller than I was thinking. I mean, I'm gonna start cutting it open.
Okay, so you plunge a knife into it, and you hear this like wooden kind of clunk as you hit something hard inside.
I've been sort of taking a scalpel approach to things, very
Okay.
delicately, but
So
yeah,
then
just so
you
you know.
slice open, and you see something dark and metallic inside.
Before I go any further, I'm gonna call over to Bryn or Abrashmina. Could one of you identify any magical aurors?
Yes, our Rashmina will pull out the wand of magic detection, and activate it.
Okay, so the eye isn't itself magical, but you see like a vaguely round shape inside it that is, and it looks to be abjuration-ish magic, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And then you like look down, and you see a bag of holding like that someone has, and the two are glowing identical colors. So you get the impression this is some kind of extraplanar storage device.
Within the eyeball.
Mhm.
Is it trapped in any way that you can detect magically?
That is not something that I do not. If you expose it a bit more, I can see if there is something other than this abjuration magic.
All right. Can I do an investigation check on what I can see, just to see if there's any reason to believe that it's dangerous for me to handle this thing?
Yeah, you can make a
Or-
quick investigation, sure.
Okay. That's a 17.
17. You kind of are very careful to your approach of pulling it out and extricating it, and you find that it is in no way trapped.
Okay, good.
And so-
Well then, yeah, I'll remove it, wipe it off a little bit. Once it's out of the flesh of the eye, what are we looking at?
So it's this kind of onyx-colored round metallic ball, and it's got this. It appears to be almost like a lid that kind of slides across the top, and there's a handle. It doesn't appear to be locked in any way.
So, this is a device
Yeah.
in this thing's head. Okay. That,
Maybe you should let Bryn touch it. She can sometimes sense things off of objects.
of course.
I'll grab it and I guess
Yeah.
I can. If I don't get anything off it, I guess I'll take the time to cast Identify.
You do get something off it.
Oh,
Your eyes kind of roll back and go dark, and you are thrown into space, and all around you can see glittering stars, and you see this thing like somehow kind of like moving with a sort of squid-like motion through space, and you see this orb that you've just touched, this chest thing, kind of sitting there, and you can see these 4 legs kind of coming around and clutching it and pulling it close to the eye, which sort of blinks at it and moves it, and then you see it open the top, and there's like a faint blue glow coming out, but you can't see what's inside, and the eye looks at it and kind of widens slightly, and then closes it again and draws it in towards it, and you see the eye open up like a mouth and swallow it, and then your vision kind of returns.
I will relay what I saw.
Which, to clarify, a squid floating through space.
So the
The eye
creature
creature.
moving like a squid through space, like its legs
Yeah.
sort of like pulsing.
Gotcha. And it draws this orb into itself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She basically saw how it.
It found the
Thing.
object.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. If we don't think it's trapped, and there's abjuration magic on it, but we think that's the nature of the enchantment on itself, not necessarily a magic
Yeah.
trap. Okay.
If you give me and Bryn 10 minutes, I can cast Augury and Bryn can cast Identify.
Sure.
I'll take the time to cast
Twiddle,
Identify.
twiddle my thumbs in the meantime.
Okay.
I'll cast Augury with the question of whether or not opening the orb is weal or woe.
You get a very strong wheel.
Okay.
Bryn, this chest doesn't really have a name, but from your identify, you learn that it is essentially a chest designed to protect the object within it, and has no real kind of defenses to it other than it protects the object no matter what plane it's in. You get the impression this chest is indestructible by pretty much any means.
Okay. I say we open it.
Agreed. Declan will slide it open.
Okay. Inside, you see...
Death Ward is activated and he goes back up to 1 hit point.
Right.
You see there's this glowing blue light, and there's 3 books with their spines facing you. The first book has gold lettering along it, and it says, "The Manual of Bodily Health."
Nice.
And the second book says, "The Manual of Gainful Exercise," and the third book says, "The Manual of Quickness of Action."
Bodily health.
All right, guys. Rochambeau contest.
What is it? Bodily health one more time?
Bodily health, gainful exercise, and quickness of action.
Well, one is con, one is strength, one is dex, yes?
Yeah, page 208 in your DMG. And that's where we're going to end the session.